Hello friends, welcome to the chemistry blog. Today I am going to discuss about the crystal pit theory. Okay, now let's start crystal pit theory. Okay, crystal pit theory. Before starting the crystal pit theory, first we have to know about the shape of orbital. That is shape of d orbital. Okay, now total 5 d orbital 1 2 3 4 and 5. So which one is dxy, dyz, dzx, or we can write like this dxz, then dx minus y square, and last one dz square. These are the 5 d orbital. Now let's draw the shape of 5 d orbital. Here is x axis, y axis, this is the dxy orbital, shape of dxy orbital. Then shape of dxz orbital. And then last one is this is y axis, z axis. It is dyz orbital. This dxy, dyz, and dxz. All these three orbitals are present in between the two axes. That is, first dxy orbital present in between x and y axis. That is in the plane of xy. Okay, xy plane. Then it is in the plane of xz, and this orbital is yz plane. So this three orbital which is present in between the axis, this orbital are called the T2g set of orbital. Okay, and now remaining two orbitals, that is dx square minus y square and dz square orbital. The shape of this orbital is the x axis, y axis. Dx square minus y square, and last one dz square orbital, z axis. Now these are the shape of orbital. Three orbital present in between the axis and two orbital present along the axis. Okay, so these two orbital present along the axis are called the EG set of orbital. EG set of orbital. Clear? Now, in the absence of ligand, when for the free metal, during the formation of the complex, in the absence of ligand for the free metal, all the 5d orbital, that is dxy, dyz, dzx, dx minus y square and dz square, all these 5 orbital are present in the degenerate level, that is on the same energy level. But when ligand approach to the d orbital, okay, when ligand approach to the d orbital, the energy of this d orbital rises and they split into two set of orbital, and this two set of orbital nothing but the T2g set of orbital and EG set of orbital. The splitting of the d orbital is depends on the geometry of the complexes. Okay. In the crystal field theory, the splitting of orbital is depend on the geometry of the complexes. In the crystal field theory, or according to crystal field theory, the bonding between a central metal ion and its ligand arises from purely electrostatic interaction. Okay. After completion this shape of orbital, we move towards the crystal field theory. According to crystal field theory, the bonding between central metal ion and its ligand arises from the purely electrostatic interaction. Means when ligand is negatively charged, that is for example chlorine, bromine, iodine, such ligand, that is a negatively charged ligand, then the interaction between the ligands and metal, it is a purely electrostatic interaction. If negatively charged ligand, then like the cationic and anionic interaction. But if neutral ligand present, suppose this ligand is a neutral nature, okay, like water, ammonia, then according to crystal field theory, there is a dipole-dipole interaction. The interaction between the ligand and metal is like the dipole interaction. So, in the presence of ligand, the two set of orbital, okay, or d orbital, which is degenerate level, is split into two sets, that is T2g set and EG set. Okay, it depends on the geometry of the complexes, whether it is octahedral complex or tetrahedral complex or square planar complex. Now let's discuss crystal field splitting in octahedral complex. The splitting of the orbital is called the crystal field splitting. In this lecture, we will discuss about the crystal field splitting in octahedral complexes. Okay. Clear this point? Now, what about the octahedral complex? Octahedral complex in which there is central metal atom and 6 ligand present. In case of the octahedral complex, there are 6 ligand present and metal having the coordination number 6. For the crystal field theory, the ligand are treated as a ligand and metal are treated as the point charges. Now, in case of the octahedral complex, the coordination number of the octahedral complex is 6. And what about the splitting in octahedral complexes? Now, this is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Okay, this is the negative minus z, okay, this is the minus x, opposite to this minus y. Okay, now in case of the octahedral complex, all the ligands, okay, all the ligands approach towards the metal along the axis, that is along the x, y, z, minus x, minus y and minus z, on these directions. Okay, and you know that the d orbital are divided into the two sets, that is T2g set and EG set of orbital. Now the T2g orbital are present in between the axis and EG set of orbital are present along the axis. In T2g set, that is dxy, dyz and dxz, and in EG set dx square then dz square. Now when ligand approach to the metal, in case of the octahedral complex, the orbital present along the axis, that is d x square minus y square orbital and dz square orbital. Okay, this ligand approaches along this axis, that is 6 ligand approaches along this 6 axis. Now the ligands, there is an interaction between the ligand electron present on the ligand. For example, ammonia ligand approaches along the axis. Okay, now there is an interaction between electrons, that is a lone pair of electron present on the ligand, and those orbitals are present along the axis. Okay, that is dx square minus y square and dz square orbital are present along the axis. So there is a strong interaction, that is strong repulsive interaction between the dx square minus y square and dz square orbital and the electron present in the ligand. So because of that, there is increasing energy of the Eg set of orbital and decreasing energy of the dxy, dyz and dxz, that is a T2g set of orbital. Means there is a splitting of d orbital in T2g and Eg set. Clear? Because of the approach of ligand along the axis and this Eg set of orbital present along the axis. So because of the interaction between the ligand electrons present on the ligand and electrons present on the Eg set of orbital. Okay, so energy of the Eg set of orbital rises in case of the octahedral complexes. So let's see the splitting of d orbital in case of octahedral complexes. Splitting of d orbital in case of the octahedral complexes. Now all the 5d orbitals are in the degenerate level. All these 5 orbitals. That is dxy, dyz, dzx, dx minus y square and dz square. All these 5 orbitals are in the same energy level in the absence of ligand. Okay, free metal ion. Now in the presence of ligand, in case of the octahedral complex, they split into the two set, that is T2g energy level and another one is the Eg set of orbital. Clear? Now this 2 orbital, there is a dx minus y square and dz square. Here dxy, dyz and dzx. We can also write dxz. Okay, now this line is called the barycenter. Barycenter. The energy of destabilization is 0.4 del 0 and this energy is 0.6 del 0, or we also write the 6 d cube for this. Here is a 4 d cube. This energy difference between the T2g set of orbital and Eg set of orbital is called the crystal field stabilization energy, that is CFSE. Crystal field stabilization energy. Okay, now let's discuss what is meaning of the E, okay, and P. T means triply degenerate orbital, that is this 3 orbital, and E means doubly degenerate orbital. Now 5G present in this here, T2G and EG. Why we write the G here? Because in the octahedral complexes there is a presence of the center of symmetry. Okay, so we can write G. Now what about del 0? Okay, it's not del 0. Delta means crystal field stabilization energy. Okay, and this O represent, it's not a 0, it is an O represent for the octahedral complex. Please CAPC for the octahedral complex. Okay, now this is all about the crystal field splitting in case of the octahedral complex. In next lecture we will discuss about the crystal field splitting in case of the tetrahedral complex. Okay, now like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel Chemistry Pillar. Thank you for watching video.